Hello world. Ever wonder why you sometimes have weird reactions when you get shocking news? Firstly, to establish what we mean is we have both had moments where we were close to death.
Yeah.
And then the other one has to sort of, react and think of what's going to happen. And there's something strange that we've only recently really discussed with each other, but that we've noticed more people have, because I've started to ask people about this. And to give the example, we'll each tell our story.
And we also want to normalize, weird thought patterns that you might have when you're in shock, and open up the discussions so that people feel empowered to, tell each other, like, oh, when I heard this, my first thought was this. How silly is that? But, that we can just help each other out.
Yeah. So we'll tell you the thought I had. We'll give a weird story of the thought Tessa had, and then we'll explain what our theory is of what's actually happening.
Yeah.
Okay. So many years back, some of you will have seen our infertility videos. During that period, Tessa had an overstimulation of the ovaries and she was in hospital. And the second time, I got news, and I remember this clear because it was on a Wednesday evening that I got this. I was told if when I come the next morning, if Tessa doesn't start peeing, because all the moisture is being sucked to her abdomen, if she doesn't start peeing, she's not going to make it at all. So I went home with that news of my wife, whatever happens tonight is going to determine if my wife survives or not.
I was in the hospital for already...
You had spent, I think, a week in the hospital at this point.
And I hadn't peed because all the moisture in my body, even from my bloodstream, so my blood was thickening up. They were afraid I was going to shoot clots and stuff. And basically all went to the ovaries. And my stomach got bigger and bigger and bigger.
And so with that, I went home with the news that could be the last night. And you want to know what I did when I got home? I cooked, I tidied the whole downstairs, and I was upstairs in the bedroom thinking, if I don't have Tessa, will I keep her side of the bed the way it is at that very moment? That's what was going on with me. And you're thinking, this guy's nuts.
Yeah. But. I think my reaction was even weirder. So, for anyone that follows his channel, he has had leukemia. And the second time he had leukemia is when it got really bad and he had 2 chemotherapies, and basically it wasn't working. So,
my leukemia was too aggressive for the 2 strongest chemos they had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the doctor basically told me to prepare for the worst.
Yeah, we had that talk where the doctor said we don't know what to do anymore.
Yeah. And I was in shock. And when I went home, and the thing I was thinking about was, this refrigerator is way too big for just me alone. Which is a weird thought to have. And then we have this freezer, which is also very big, and I'm like, I'm gonna sell this freezer. I mean, usually Gert's the only one that uses it anyway, and there's way too much food in the house for just one person, and way too big a freezer. And I was just thinking about that. It's weird because there's a million other things I could think of, but this is just me being open and vulnerable. Is I had stupid thoughts when the doctor told me to prepare for the worst. My thought was preparing for the worst was selling my freezer.
Yeah. But now the idea behind this, because we've discussed this, I've spoken to a couple of other people who have had similar weird reactions. Mm-hmm. And our theory is the following, is when you get really bad shocking news, somewhere your mind knows, I've got to do something with this news. Mm-hmm. At the same time, it is such a shock, and the news is really unwanted. I mean, you don't want to hear your partner in life is going to die or whatever the news is. Mm-hmm. And so your mind seems to have this way of dealing with the issue in a totally practical way, like, will I keep my wife's side of the bed like this? I mean, I'm dealing with the issue that I may not have a wife. Do I keep the bed like this? Or Tessa is like, I may not have a husband, so why would I have such a big refrigerator? And it's got more to do with the thing, it's just at that point you're in shock, so you don't know what to do. but your mind thinks it has to do something, and so it looks for, shall we say, very trivial issues to be like, let me sort this out, then at least I'm doing something with this news.
Yeah.
And it's just a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
And I think we all have it.
So if you ever had weird thoughts like that after you've been in shock, please don't be ashamed of it. Speak to each other about it, because it turns out we both had a weird thought, when we were afraid the other one was going to die. And we were able to, discuss about it, even laugh about it in the end, which was nice, actually.
Yes.
It was good, yeah.
And I'd say, maybe you also have a funny story like that, which years later you can tell as a funny story. You can leave it in the comments as well,
Yeah.
For people to enjoy. But just that the thoughts, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you or that you're a strange person. It's just a normal human reaction.
Yeah, and we're all human. And we, us humans tend to be a bit messy sometimes, and this is just one part of it.
Yeah,
so
it's all part of the process.
Yeah, hope to have helped anyone out there, and take care.
Keep well, and God bless. Yeah.
Is it recording?
Yes. Okay, me intro, you intro, then we talk. Then you end, then I end.
Okay.
Or we could end together.
Yeah.
Do I get to say the last word? Keep well and God bless.
Yeah.
Okay. First my intro. Hello world. Ever wonder why you have
Well, the cat messed that one up, and you did.
I'm okay with you messing it up. Try again. Okay.
It was a weird noise in the background.
Wat heeft
Iemand
hij?
heeft energie. Hij
Is
heeft
het
zeker
goed?
net gegeten.
Okay. Okay. Yours.
Geen idee wat ik wil zeggen. No idea.
Hello, welcome to From Jane. Today we're going to talk about how you react. We'll go from your intro straight into the talk.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Hi, welcome to my channel From Jane. Never mind. Hello?